Hello, beautiful friend. I thought a change of scenery would be really nice. It's actually getting pretty warm here in Phoenix, but then I realized how hot it actually is out here. But I was too committed to filming in a nice outside environment. And I'm almost done with my iced coffee, of which when I started this, it was all the way up here. I digress. So, can we have a conversation about something? I've personally experienced this, and I'm sure many of you have too. It's this dream of really wanting something really, really bad, but then not believing that you can actually get it. And I think the reason why we think that is because we are still thinking that if we couldn't do it before, we can't do it now. And I used to relate this way a lot to weight loss, to my health, to fitness, to so many things in my life. And then I realized that, gosh, if I only think that my capability to do something or get something done is based on how the past efforts have gone, then why do I continue to dream about this thing? Because my past shows me I should be really resigned, I should feel very hopeless, and that nothing will change. Yet I still want this thing inside of me that shoots for the future. And one of the ways that I really found that I actually leaned into this belief that I could do something without having any previous results or previous situation where I've shown up, where I win or that I succeed, is with my marriage and with kids. I've never been married before my husband, and before my first child, I did not have children. However, I was so committed to thinking that when I get married, I'm going to have a phenomenal relationship and I'm going to be the best mother I know how to be. Even though before then, I'd never had a husband. I never tried to have a husband either. And then I never had a child beforehand. But I was so gung-ho on this idea that no matter what, thank you, birds, that no matter what, I'm going to make it. But we don't typically look at ourselves that way when it comes to belly dance. But if I looked at how much belief I had before I got married and before I had children, that I could succeed at this and make it something really phenomenal, and I'm committed to it no matter what, right? Given caveats of, ground rules in marriage and stuff like that, then why can't I transfer that belief into myself when it comes to our health, the way we look at our bodies, the capacity to believe that we can actually learn belly dance? And so I see many of you grappling with this idea that if I have tried before and it didn't work out, it's definitely not going to work out again. So if you were to try belly dancing, if you were to try and have a great relationship with your body, you go into it literally carrying all this emotional and mental baggage, expecting yourself to fail. And honestly, if you expect yourself to fail, could you be a self-fulfilling prophecy? Perhaps, because your thoughts create your feelings and your feelings create your actions, and those actions become habit and they become the results and what you put out into the world. So the thing I want to encourage you to do to kind of cut this shit, because I know I had to get really straightforward with myself about what the fuck are you doing, Samantha? You really want to go after this. My goal is to build $1 million business with belly dancing, helping women all over the world have this phenomenal relationship with their body through the platform of belly dance, elevating the art, elevating the culture, and bringing this awareness to this beautiful art form and its people, as well as celebrating women along the way. And I want $1 million business doing that. But if I look at my past choices in business, if I look at my past decisions in business, it may feel like I will never get there. So transfer that to you. Is there a point where you've tried before and you're like, it didn't work out? Probably won't work out now. I really want it though, but I don't think it's going to work out. So you try it, you give it a week, you give it a month, and then you're like, see, I told you. It didn't work out. And Listen, this is some like human shit that we all do. Like we truly do this frequently, where we set ourselves up trying to prove ourselves right that we suck at something or that we're going to fail for sure, versus like, why can't I just set myself up to try again, clean slate, and see what happens? Learn from the past, but not use that as a source of shame for us, or as a source to like continue to feel like we're a disappointment to ourselves. It feels so discouraging every time, or that even it should be easier, or that if you were meant to succeed, or meant to belly dance, or meant to have this lovely relationship you bought with your body, you would have already. It's just not helpful to think like that when you're going into something, because it will give you the exact opposite results. So how do we start to come across this area, this topic, and really start to push ourselves forward into this clean slate idea where you can do things from scratch again, taking any previous knowledge that you have that would be helpful and useful as like ammunition in your tool belt to like really push yourself forward versus holding you back? And I know I have been working on this in some areas of my life, but one thing I'm very keen about, and that I'm very intentional about, and that I have succeeded very well in, is with my relationship with my body. And the way that I did that was to accept what is. And what is with my body is that I have a 40-inch ass, and I weigh 160 pounds, and that I am 41 years old. These are all facts. Now, as I accept what actually is, what is fact, not I have a 40-inch fat ass, 40-inch skinny ass, 40-inch curvy ass, that's all now subjective and putting a perception on it, just literally measurement factually. I have a 40-inch butt right around my lower hip. I weigh 160 pounds when I step on the scale. I am over 41 years old to this day, right? So when I look at the facts like that, I can accept that that is what is happening with my body. For belly dance, you can be like, I have learned for 2 weeks. I just started moving my body, right? I moved my body for 2 hours. I moved my body for 5 minutes. I came to class. I stayed there for an hour and then I left. Like, you see how it's like, it's very factual, and it almost seems like boring in a way, because there's no drama. There's no drama around these facts. So when you can accept what is about your current situation with your body and with your ability to belly dance, and not like, oh, I can't belly dance. That's still a perception. But you can say, like, I am attempting belly dance. I am learning belly dance. That is fact. You are going into class, you are learning a skill set and trying, right? Not that you can't, like a fixed way of being. Once you can accept what is factually in your situation, then you can choose to look at it differently than how you have before. Because before is like shame-filled, hopelessness, resignation, cynicism, pessimistic, like that's ever gonna fucking happen. That's not happening. If it were gonna happen, it would have happened by now. Like all of this shit talk that we love to listen to because it just proves it right, and it keeps us not pushing forward and not embracing the uncomfortability of learning something new, or the uncomfortability of not being good at something. So that way we can stay comfortable, emotionally comfortable in our life. But it just doesn't line up when you still want to learn how to belly dance. It doesn't line up, and it doesn't work when you still want a great relationship with your body. Because you can not take the class, you cannot keep yourself in a healthy state and be like, well, it just is what it is. I hate that phrase. It is what it is. Just, okay, well, it didn't work before, it shouldn't work now. But deep down inside, you still want those things. And now there's dissonance between what you're telling yourself and what you actually want. So after you accept what is, which that acceptance takes away the dissonance, by the way, of like, okay, it just, my body is this. Like factually, my ability to belly dance is this. I started taking class a week ago. I've danced for 1 hour in a class. I will go back on Monday. Like those are facts, right? Or I attended this past Monday. Once you've accepted that, then your perception, like we were just talking about, of how you look at that needs to shift. And one of the best things that you can do for yourself is to accept now emotionally that it's okay where you are, to make peace with it, to make it your fucking best friend, to be like, you know what? That's okay. That's okay. That I don't yet have the skill to do shimmies for 4 minutes straight. It is okay that I have a 40-inch ass. It's okay that my body looks the way it does. This is the body you are born with. And that's great. That's okay. And normalize and make peace with and be satisfied with that acceptance of what is for yourself right now. The other perspective of it is shit, because you just feel crappy all the time. You want something, but you don't truly think you can get it. And it's because of this. Not accepting where you are now so you can keep going. Because you're always looking back of where you should be, where you're supposed to be. I should have known this. I should be further along. I could have gotten it done by now. I just needed to do this. I could have done this on my own. Why did I pay for classes? Why did I pay for a body coach? Like shaming the shit out of yourself, but that isn't helpful. And if you were to look back, are you really any closer or feel any better about your body or learning belly dance? Probably not. So accept what factually is about your body and about your skill set with belly dance, and then make peace with it. Accept it in a feeling of acceptance. Be satisfied with that. Know that it's okay and it is enough. I've been really encouraging my students over and over and over to be okay with where they are in their own process and not to compare and despair, not to look at someone else's journey and be like, why not me? How come I can't do it like she can? It doesn't matter what that person's doing. We don't know their experience. Maybe they seem like they're further along, but truly what's ended up happening is they're miserable the whole time because they're shaming themselves forward. They're talking shit to themselves the whole time, and they think that that's the thing that's going to compel them forward to be a better dancer. But it's not. It may work temporarily, but it's not sustainable. So accept where you are, own where you are, make peace with where you are, with your body, with your belly dance, so you can keep moving forward, because you cannot continue moving forward, truly moving forward and making progress if you're continually looking back at how it hasn't worked, at how you should have done it by now, and all of this past story that you just take this baggage with you. Of course you can't progress forward. You literally have like 50 tons of emotional crap coming into this next thing. But think about the clean slate. Think about what do I know already with belly dance? What do I know already with my body that I can now move forward from this slate, this wiped clean slate, about what I can do and how can I look at myself just a little bit differently to be more kind and compassionate and loving, that would actually motivate me to keep going. So my friends, if you haven't already, please check out my free online belly dance class. It's in the description below. I want you to see that you can do it. You can belly dance. You can have a great relationship with your body. Start with accepting what is factually with your body, and then changing the perception around really being okay with where you are now, making peace with it, and finding satisfaction and love and kindness in that. I'll see you next time, my friends. Enjoy wherever you are in the world, and I look forward to belly dancing with you soon.